guys, welcome back to the channel. About a month ago I bought a twin turbo R8. It's not this one. This one's already twin turbo. It's this one. Yeah. It was involved in a little bit of a fire, I think. So there's some bits that are melted, but you know, with a little bit of work, we're gonna have this thing back on the road, running and driving for next summer. Totally kidding, that's not happening. So you're probably wondering, why in the hell did you buy this? Because there's nothing left. I'll show you. I'm down here. So obviously the car is completely destroyed, but if you look at the intake manifold, underground racing. So from what I've researched, underground racing doesn't put the billet aluminum intake manifold on their low power builds. They usually use it on their built engine high power builds. So it was a bit of a gamble, but from what it looks like, the turbo kit is still good. Everything's there. Obviously all the couplers are melted, but my real hope is that underneath all this mess is a built engine and, more importantly, a built transmission. Because this car, it makes about 1,000 horsepower. The transmission is already making some unhappy noises, so it's only a matter of time before it needs a built transmission. So my hope is that here's my built transmission and possibly a built motor. So if I have a built motor and a built transmission, this car can be turned up a lot more. So yeah. Next step will be getting this thing inside and ripping the motor and transmission out of it and seeing if it's any good. So yeah, get excited. Follow along for the next one. All right, well, we got what's left of this car inside. Put it up on the jack stand / rollers so it can be moved around a little. Yeah, so like the other R8s I've seen, the fire looks to have started right here, that's your gas tank. So this is the second car I've seen burned down from the gas tank area. So something to be aware of if you're an owner. But yeah, so this car was on the IAA insurance auction, and I looked at it very briefly and clicked away because obviously there's nothing left. And then I clicked on the listing again and I went back to the engine pictures and I was like, wait a minute, that's not a stock intake manifold. And I zoomed in and I saw the underground racing. So I was like, well, from the research I did, underground racing put the billet manifold on their higher power builds. So again, the hope is that the engine and transmission are, for one, salvageable, and for two, be a big bonus if they were actually built internals. But if nothing else, the turbo kit looks like it can be salvaged because it's just melted couplers and, you know, hoses. The coolers, nothing melted. You know, the piping didn't melt. You can kind of see in there, but the turbo doesn't look damaged. I'm obviously gonna have to make sure they still spin. But yeah, fun stuff. So, all right, well, the turbo setup off. They both spin, so it's a 50-50 shot. They're okay. So that's cool. Yeah, I found the poor Motec. I don't really think I'm going to be able to salvage that, but it's a Motec car, which, like, again, hopefully means it's a built motor, but we're going to see. There's all the quick connects. The Motec, the patch harness over there. Yeah, so I can continue to take off crap that's completely ruined and go from there and see what else I can find for goodies. All right, got the oil sump tank out, and this is making this whole thing worthwhile. They don't put that billet plate into a stock transmission. So I've got a built transmission at least, and we're going to figure out if the motor's built once we get down to that point. But that's huge. That's so cool. So next video will probably be pulling the motor and transmission out and investigating further and to see what we have here. So till the next one.